This one's gonna sting a bit. What up, world? Welcome back. I am Masculinity Architect coachduwaynelangham. This is the Ave, Yolo Ave, the road least traveled, and you have just tuned in for another leap year challenge. Today is day 112. It is Tuesday, April 1st. No fool around here. Taking you along for the journey of a quantum leap in transformation in my own life. Going from December 10th, 2024 to December 10th, 2025, cataloging, journaling, 365 days of growth and transformation. Jumping in today to share a message with you about just that, discipline and transmutation. This one's gonna have some value if you can stick with it. So discipline and transmutation, how are they related? What do they mean? I'm going to start with first transmutation. Transmutation is to transmute, transform, to move, play with the energy in life from one place to another. Closely related, probably going to be along the lines of your chakra energy, right? Channels where things are moving. Now, most closely associated and what I think is the strongest grounding factor is sexual transmutation. Why is that? Because it's a natural urge. It is something that naturally comes within us. And just like many other things in life, in moderation, it is one of the highest forms of love, expression, procreation. And at the same time, it can be the detriment of life when it comes to what's going on nowadays with this mutilated expression of sexual energy that we have today. Most notably soaked up into corn. Online softcore content, all the ways that sexual expression has been mutilated. We'll just say it like that. Now, I bring up sexual transmutation, first distinguished for myself inside of Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. I believe it's chapter 13, but a miraculous principle, and it's basically taking the energy coming from that root chakra, everything within that drives us sexually. If it's talking to men, definitely going to have some extra emphasis because we have that sex drive naturally. Taking that energy and channeling it literally through the rest of the body, specifically to the mind and to the focus. It simply means that when you have that energy stirred up inside of you, and this is again for anything, you can look at an addiction to food, sugar, drugs, women, all up in the sex realm, but because sex is so powerful and we all deal with that, men, women, all walks of life, I really want to ground into this distinction. Inside of transmutation, transferring that energy that you feel the drive, you feel the urge, you feel the desire, the want for, the flesh is weak, and to choose to do something else. I say bringing it up into your headspace. So there's a lot of things to it biologically, especially for men, especially when you're taking the semen retention, sperm, that it's the same thing. So for women as well, yin and yang, you both have that energy that you can bring back within the body. Now, of course, not having the same type of drive for women, it is a lot easier. They're a lot more used to having sexual discipline required by life. However, on both sides of the coin, what you can do is channel that biological energy. You will be more vital when that energy is not released, literally, when it's not let go, when it is retained and moved throughout. Energy work, breath work, these are all forms of transmutation. You're literally taking a form of energy in some way, shape, or form and passing it into another channel, another medium. So when you take your energy and focus it elsewhere, what can that look like? Again, sexual transmutation, feeling the urges, feeling the desire, feeling the want of the flesh, and you decide to focus into your future, focus into visualizing. Sex magic, that's actually a real thing. These are all areas of transmutation. The power inside of it, now coupling back to where I started, discipline. As a human being, as someone out to accomplish, as someone out to live a life worth living, to build and develop yourself, grow yourself, you only live once. When you add on discipline, anything and everything in life is okay with moderation. So with the discipline of this is when, how, where, why I do a thing, where I can spend my money, where I can indulge in food, how I can enjoy drugs, sex, alcohol. When you have discipline, it allows you to have control, allows you to have structure. You complement your discipline, holding back that I will not release this energy, with the transmutation of let me focus and redirect that energy. I'm hungry, I want to binge on some food. Let me go work out and exercise. I'm turned on. I want to go find a partner. I want to get on the apps. I want to do some swiping, dating. I want to dial a number, have the cut buddy come through. Let me go focus on my future, my business, my legacy. See, all of this is transmutation. And so I just wanted to talk about those two distinctions, having discipline and adding that transmutation. You do these two things together and you will be an immensely more powerful individual. Now, what can I speak to directly that this satisfies? Myself. You go back to the beginning of this channel and you can see a much different person, where I had to take the energy that was force feeding, habitualized, eating emotionally, doing all the things, and have discipline, intermittent fasting, ketosis, limiting and restricting how I eat, when I eat, what I eat, which has given me the physical, transmuting, even changing the composition of my body, how I work out, how I exercise, by the things that I put in my body. Discipline and transmutation will give you access as a superpower to have anything you want in your life. See, as you take the discipline to restrict yourself from doing things, this is when I play, this is when I sleep, this is when I rest, you can then open up bandwidth because you don't mentally have to manage all this extra stuff. I don't have to hold on, well, what do I do with the sexuality? Put that into some work. I don't have to hold on to, oh, I'm hungry, I just want to eat. Let me go get some exercise in. Anything and everything that you do, you can have discipline to restrict, and the power and control that that gives you, because then you know yourself capable, that you have the urges, you have the desire, you feel the hunger, you feel the horny, but it doesn't have to control you. You can still actively take control, put your hand on the wheel and decide, I'm going to do this with that energy. And maybe you don't. You're not a robot, you're a human being. But the point is, when you can distinguish for yourself and think of this framework, that I am having discipline with my choices and actions, when I do something, why I do something, how I do something, and transfer, recognize and acknowledge that you are transferring that energy. If you try to stop a bad habit, do you know that you will be more than twice as likely to be successful and effective if you put something else in place with it? That's why I'm pointing to, when you have a discipline, a restriction, you take something out or decide you're not going to do something. If you don't have anything to fill that void with, fill that space with, it often leads to failure, because now you've got this pent up excess energy. It's not going anywhere and you don't know what to do with it. Transfer it over and put it into something else. Before you look up, you've already made progress. You've already gone somewhere else. You no longer feel that energy, and now your mind, neuroplasticity, is rewiring. I no longer need to do that thing. That's not the only solution when I'm hungry, when I'm horny, when the flesh is weak. This is going to level you up, friends. Drop your comments down below. Let me know how you've used it in your life. What's been your recipe, your magic? Where did you first learn about it, and how have you used it? If you've got questions, drop those down below as well. In the meantime, I'm going to be right here being the best version of myself, one could say, beyond empowered. Question is, who are you going to be?